Dog days of summer are ahead.
So what you doing?
Putting a flea and tick collar on them.
And that was a field measurement. I mean, it wasn't exact. We probably weren't right in the middle, so we probably lost out on some inches. So he might even be closer to 80 inches. So not too bad.
So we just came over here to catch that sheep or the ram to measure him, but Rip was over here with most of the sheep, and then Worm is over on the other side of this lot taking care of some more goats. These goats showed up, so he was doing sheep and goats, and Worm was over there with his goats hanging out. It's interesting how they don't stay together. A lot of the time they'll go with different parts of the herd, because certain parts of the herd will leave and do their own thing, and so the dogs kind of have to break up and make choices on who they're going to go guard. So it's nice to have the dogs that will separate and go do what they need to do. This is Sandy. But yeah, we just thought it was kind of interesting, because I was like, huh. I looked at my tracking app. One dog is at the front of the property, one was at the back. And lo and behold, he was laying with the sheep, and Worm was over there with his goats. And these goats were over here in the woods doing stuff while the sheep and Rip were hanging out.
All right, so we're out here going to get a measurement on this guy. It's going to be hard to video it all, but we will definitely try and get what we can and definitely give you a final number. So the first thing you do is you measure around the base, right where the horn meets the fur. That is right at,
hold on.
and you go to the nearest 1/8 inch. So his left horn is a base of 9 7/8.
So that's the left horn.
Yep. So she's gonna write it down in notes, and he's gonna try and get away. Like I said, we probably should have got a stand out here. Let's go and get the right horn. I'm gonna switch hands here.
About 9.5.
9.5. Right horn base. Threw some feet out on the ground to get him caught. He's definitely gentled down a lot. And he's ramming me. Now she's gonna get the middle of the horn all the way down to the tip. So she'll start right here. You're on centimeters, I think.
Oh. It's not the easiest thing.
You can let go of it on down here because you've got it already.
$20.1/8.
20 and it's a half. He's right at the second notch, so 2/8.
Okay.
So his right horn length is 20 2/8. And then here in a minute we'll take half of that, which would be 10 1/8. I'll measure down. I'll get there in a second. Now we're going to do
The same thing, right?
Yep, same thing. So once you get there, you can let go. Yep.
$21.5.
So you'll take the length of the longest horn, which was 20 and a half?
21 and a half.
21 and a half, so half of that would be
10.75.
So what would that be?
I don't know. I'm not no mathematician.
Go 10.75 down, and then you'll get the base of it. So 10 3/4. I'm going by quarters, not eighths at the moment, which 3/4 is the same as 6/8. And then mark your thumb there, and then get the base there, or get the circumference. Yeah, that one.
Six and 7/8, right?
So 6 7/8 on his left horn middle, or just
Okay.
10 3/4 on this other horn, and then you get the circumference there too.
Six and a half.
6 1/2. Then we'll add all those up. I'm gonna let him go.
Sure that's all we need?
That is all we need.
That's right horn middle?
Yep. And I'm gonna let him go, and there he goes.
Dog days of summer are ahead. And you can see the sheep are shedding off. All she's got left are her little chaps. It's too hot for all that wool. So we like the hair sheep. They shed off, and minimal work from us. Efficiency is definitely the key. Here's a little baby. Growing good. There's some more babies. I love those little painted ones. They're so pretty. A little dark one. Like mama. Hey girls!
All right, so we calculated everything up, and that turned out he is right around 76, 77 inches total. And I think you got to be like 94 inches to be a gold star ram. So he was born in November of 2022. Yes, November of 2022. So that means, you know, we're in the middle of, what are we in? Middle of May or something like that. So November, December, January, February, March, April, May. So he's right at 6, 7, 8, around 18 months. So in 6 months he gained about 1.5 inches each month on pasture. I mean, obviously right now they're eating a little feed because we needed to catch him, but this is what he's on. So he's averaging about 1.5 inches a month or so, which isn't bad. So at this rate, you know, with summer coming up and, you know, forage coming up, you know, that was over the winter time. He averaged that. So hopefully he really starts to pick up, and he's, I don't know, probably 15 inches away or something like that. About 15 inches away from Gold Star. So maybe another 6 months we'll get another measurement on him sometime in the fall. We'll see what he looks like. And that was a field measurement. I mean, it wasn't exact. We probably weren't right in the middle, so we probably lost out on some inches. So he might even be closer to 80 inches. So Not too bad. If he was around, you know, 90 inches or 85 inches or something like that, we'd get another accurate measurement. But I'm trying to hold the camera. Tyler's trying to see where her tape's at. So a quick field measurement. He grew about 4 inches of total length itself. So I mean, not too bad for a quick field measurement. We're just gonna call it, I think, what I say, 76 was kind of what it was at, around, probably closer to 80 honestly, but we'll say 76 for now. Looks like Tyler found a shed over there while she's trying to call some of the goats up. All these babies here, half the goats were up here. So what you doing?
Putting a flea and tick collar on them.
So we do this about every time this year. We put these flea and tick collars on them.
Just to kind of help. We really don't have very many ticks out here. You'll only see a couple on... Worm, come here. I've only found a few ticks every year on each dog. So we really don't have tick problems, which is very, very lucky, because I know some of our friends have horrible tick problems, and I would lose my mind and move out of state if that was the case. But here in Graham, we really don't have that big of an issue. And so I'm just putting these on. As they fall off, hopefully they'll stay on long enough to just kind of help them out and keep some of the buggies off. But they're pretty easy to do. And you can do the stuff on the back, but a lot of the time the dogs are swimming in the pond and stuff, and that way the goats don't drink water that has had any kind of oily stuff in it, even though usually the ponds are too big to really make a difference. But the collars are just easier for us. And this is Dory. She's a nice girl. There's something in her mouth.